Welcome to Taproots, where we are on a mission to educate, equip, and empower you to reduce or eliminate your pain naturally. We're bringing you certified homeopath Melissa Crenshaw right to your door today. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
Or maybe your car or coffee shop or wherever you're tuning in from today. Don't you love that we have this community and our connection with each other? I would love for you to just hit that thumbs up or the heart if you are thankful for these bits and pieces of free education. I know I'm so thankful that she gives us her time. And I loved reading all of your comments from the last couple of videos that we've done where you share something successfully that you've used, any homeopathic remedies that you've used successfully in the past week or so. Just comment, share, because we all love reading each other's stories and finding out what worked for someone else. I have a quick testimony that I'll share. I'm over the moon excited about from this past week, which fits right into today's topic, because I've been helping somebody reverse their cavities naturally, and I'm not going to say who because I don't know their permission, but I can tell you that this person had 4 cavities, and at more than one dentist appointment they had these 4 cavities, and which can be discouraging, when you see something going on for that long. But something like tooth decay can definitely take some time. But this person had an appointment this past week and 0 cavities.
Wow. That's amazing.
Oh, so exciting. I know. Never had them filled, and now they're gone.
Wow. That is amazing. I know the dentist was like, what are you doing?
Yes. The facial expressions are so worth it. Just the, wait, what?
So good. So good. We should get that on video.
I know. I will share, anyone that's watching this later will be like, what did you use? I'm sure. So I'll share all of that in a separate post or video soon, because I don't want to take too much time away from this video, but I'm sure we'll hit on the remedies later in this one anyway. But be sure to comment below and tell us what you've done successfully this past week, because we want to know. And if you're not already receiving our emails, be sure to go to taprootsva.com and add yours so that you can receive the playback videos along with the notes that we give you and the links to the remedies that are discussed during the interview. This way, if you hear a remedy and you aren't sure of the spelling of it or what we're talking about, you can keep an eye out for the email with all of those details. And just a quick disclaimer, we're not medical doctors and not giving any medical advice here. This is for educational purposes only. So let's welcome back certified homeopath Melissa Crenshaw, who has been helping families take control of their health for more than 20 years. Last week, we discussed fungus, yeast infections, and warts. So if you missed it, you can find it on Facebook or our YouTube channel. Just search Taproots VA and it should come up. So next week, we're going to be talking about hay fever. And I know that Melissa even has an upcoming class about hay fever. If you guys have any questions in general about hay fever, type those below, because we want to try to cover as much as we can in our session next week. Of course, it'll be bits and pieces, but you can get the full details of everything you need to know about hay fever in her class. Melissa, I'd love for you to share. I know they can get the best rate too by signing up in advance. So tell them when that is and what they need to do.
That's right. So we're going to record the webinar live on September 27th. And it's going to be Bree and I, of course, just like we did with the viruses class. So it'll be recorded. If you're there live, then you get to join us live. You get your questions answered, and it's only $49 for 26 plus remedies, some protocols, some combos, extra information. You're going to get a lot.
That's a steal.
We hope that it's only, we're planning 2 hours, but it could run longer, and you're going to get access to that recording for life, plus the slides you'll get access to. And then after that recording, people can buy the recording later, but it is going to be more expensive. So you're going to save money to jump in with us live, because your questions can help future people who watch the class.
Sure. Such a great deal. $49 for her hay fever class. Yeah. So
yep.
Go to melissacrenshaw.com to sign up for that. And today we are talking about mouth care. So we're going to start right off with teeth decay, because that's probably the number one thing that people come in searching for alternatives to help with that. So
Yeah. So I love the cell salts for tooth decay and to strengthen the teeth. So I'm going to explain this, but all 3 calcs plus silica. So when you're looking at the cell salts, it's calc sulph, calc fluor, and calc
phos.
and silica. So you can combine all of those, take them, you can put them in your water and sip it 2 or 3 times a day, or you can just take them dry in your mouth 2 or 3 times a day. You can even put it, if the whole family needs teeth strengthening, you can put it in your gallon of milk. Mm-hmm. And every time somebody drinks milk, they'll get some.
That's what we do. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Great. So, and do you use all those in a 6X?
Yes. Good. Yeah. Good question. 6X. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, so you could do the calcs in 6X. You could do the calcs in 6X. You could do the silica in 6X or 12X.
Okay. Is one better than the other for teeth decay?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you can find.
All right. So if they're dumping it in their milk or water, they're sipping it throughout the day. Otherwise, they're taking it 3 times a day?
3 times a day. So I don't mean to say put it in your water and sip it all day, every day. You don't want to, we don't need to do that. Okay. But if you put it in water, just, take a dose 3 times a day.
Okay. Got it. Okay. And how long would you say someone is probably going to be doing that when they're dealing with tooth decay?
So it depends on how deep the cavity is. It depends on the person's diet. It depends on their whole health, their vitality. So like my 98-year-old grandfather's never had a cavity in his life. I have a mouthful of fillings. So the immune systems are different. How we eat, how much sugar we eat. So it really depends on the person. And some people don't see that the cavities heal. And some people, like what you experienced, do see that they heal. So change your diet too. Don't rely just on homeopathy. Work on changing your diet and eating the best that you can. And then I have a book that I love, and I'm sorry I don't have it memorized, but it's Tooth Decay. I don't know. I'll get it and put it in the comments.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
And drink that raw milk, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So how about I'll just throw this out there. I don't know if you take this or not, but fermented cod liver oil.
Oh yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you're watching and you're going, ew, you can get cinnamon flavored and it's really not bad. And you can just mix a little half teaspoon in with some smoothie. You don't even taste it.
Yeah. Good.
Mm-hmm. This might not say that, but they'll still drink it. Okay. How about headaches and painful jaw from clenching teeth?
So when you've got that pressure, from clenching and it's causing you a headache, you might consider Belladonna just to address the headache. You want to fix the problem. Why are you clenching? Is it anxiety? We need to do anxiety remedies. Is it, are you, what are some reasons that people would clench their jaw? Is it mostly anxiety?
I think stress is a big one.
Yeah, stress. Yeah. So address the stress with homeopathy, but to address the actual headache that comes, maybe it's sanguinaria could be a good one if it's in the temples or in the forehead. Belladonna is a great one. Bryonia might be helpful. Mm-hmm. But I would address why you're clenching the jaw. And, just come do a consult and let's figure it out.
Yes. What if maybe, I don't know, what if their teeth are sore and they're just kind of pressing down because there's soreness in there?
Because I see what you're saying. So I'm thinking arnica, maybe even a hypericum could be helpful there. Is that like a habit where you're clenching because it's sore? Yeah. So then why are teeth sore? Why would they be sore? So let's always try to figure out the cause and fix that. And then, you can address the headache that comes with it.
Okay. And so the Belladonna would just be used for the acute headache, but not really getting to the reason why.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. How about TMJ?
So I love Symphytum Hypericum, and probably even Rhus tox.
Now, are they mixed together?
Yep, you can combine all 3 of them together. The TMJ, it depends. So if it feels better with motion, some people need to crack their, really keep moving their jaw. Some people like a lot of pressure, and maybe even massage on the joint, which is up here, not down here. So if it's better for pressure and worse for movement, you might consider Bryonia instead of Rhus tox. So then do Symphytum Hypericum if it's very painful, especially sometimes that joint can get the sharp shooting pains, and you can't even chew. Right. So that's Hypericum. And then you could do Bryonia if it's better for pressure, worse for motion. Do Rhus tox if it's better for motion. Okay, so you're going to do Symphytum and Hypericum, then do Rhus tox or Bryonia, depending on better for motion or worse for motion.
You froze up there. Symphytum and Hypericum.
Symphytum and Hypericum for sure. And then Bryonia if it's worse for motion, or Rhus tox if it's better for motion.
Okay, and whichever one you pick, whichever one you need out of Bryonia or Rhus tox, you would mix in with the other two.
That's right.
Okay. All right. How about receding gums?
Calc fluor. Calc fluor can slow it down, stop it, maybe reverse it. I haven't seen it reverse it. Supposedly it can. I think it depends on how fast you catch it, how bad it is, but at least you can slow down the progress, or stop it.
What's the best potency when you're specifically going after receding gums?
I would start with 6x, 2 or 3 times a day.
Do that for a couple months at least?
Yeah. Oh yeah, at least. Probably going to do it longer than that.
Okay.
And, how do you measure that? Do you have to go to the dentist to measure that? Can you take pictures? I don't know, because then is the camera closed the same? Yeah, I think it'd be tricky to measure, but your dentist definitely should have a measurement in your chart.
Right. All right. Let's talk about sores, whether it's mouth sores, canker sores, cold sores.
Okay. So those kind of sores, Merck Sol 200C twice a day, or Merck Sol 6C 3 or 4 times a day. That would be a great number one go-to. Nat Muir is also great for those kinds of sores. And, you're thinking of a 30 or Nat Muir could be, I would play with that. I would try 6X. If that's not working well, then try the 30. If that's not working well, try the 200.
Do you go to Merck Sol, whether it's inside the mouth or even on the outside of the mouth?
So I think Merck Sol would be more inside. It could address the outside, but you might need to add Hypericum for either, really. But for the outside, you might do Hypericum. Nat Muir might be more for the outside. That's a good question.
Okay. I know there's a customer we have that successfully used antimonium crude for one on the outside.
Yeah. Yes, that's another good one. Absolutely.
Okay.
And if there's itching with it, then add arsenicum album.
All right. And are you doing those in a low potency like 6C?
I like the 200s. You could do antimonium in 6 and arsenicum in 200, or vice versa, arsenicum 6 and antimonium 200. I've seen the protocol written both ways, so I don't honestly know which way is which way it's supposed to be, but I've seen it work in both ways. I've seen it work in both, and I've seen it work in both 200s.
Yep, I've seen customers use them in all the ways you just described.
Yep. Because I'm sorry, I want to add, remember, the right remedy is more important than the correct potency.
Yes.
Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis over potency. Use what you've got.
Great tip. Let's move on to baby teething.
Chamomilla. Chamomilla number one for those poor babies that are teething. But even for the teenagers who, their wisdom teeth are coming in, chamomilla.
Yep, chamomilla. And do you choose a lower potency with the baby and then a higher potency with the teenager? Or is it like chamomilla 200?
I like the 200. You can play with potency, but you don't have to choose a lower one because of age or size.
Right.
Yeah.
And with a baby, can you give the moms just a little bit of tips on how to best give that to their baby?
Good question. Yeah. So if you're using the really tiny pills, that I know come in your little kits. Those are number 20, I think, that come in your kits.
Yeah.
So the little tiny drams usually come with the little tiny pills. You could stick one or two in a baby's mouth. They have so much saliva, they're not going to choke on it. But if you're uncomfortable with that, you can dissolve it in a little bit of water or breast milk and just give it, a half a teaspoon, quarter of a teaspoon. It doesn't matter. So I would do it in water or breast milk or just dry.
Okay, great. And so that's the same as they're getting molars, wisdom teeth, any kind of pain from a new tooth coming in at all ages. Okay, perfect. So what about toothaches in general?
So my toothache protocol I came up with years ago for myself is Arnica 200 mixed with Hypericum 200. And if you think there's infection that's causing the toothache, then add Pyrogenium 200. And you can do that as needed. So even up to 6 times a day, usually just within a dose. I usually just one dose does it for me. I don't need a second dose ever, but everybody's different. So
yeah, I love that you just shared that protocol with us. Thank you. We're going to be getting Arnica and Hypericum mixed together now.
Okay. Protocol.
Yes. And so I didn't ask you about this earlier. I wasn't sure if these remedies would come up. So I might just throw these remedies into this video and see if you have anything to add about these remedies. I was wondering if Hepar 6C would come up at all, because I know of certain instances where we've used that if there's pus or, some kind of infection.
Yeah. So when there's an abscess in the mouth, you can use Hepar sulph 6C. And I've never done it though. And I've never had an abscess in my mouth. I have had tooth infections. So that toothache protocol, the trio with the Pyrogenium, has bought me lots of time. And I say even a couple of years of time. You have to get the tooth taken care of if there's something wrong with it, but it can buy you time. Because back then, we literally were living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't have money to go get that taken care of. So I used the remedies and it bought me some time. So I could have used Hepar sulph instead of Pyrogenium, and you could too. But even in my daughter who has had an abscess, I used the Pyrogenium. I used my toothache protocol, and it got rid of that tooth abscess just like that. So
let me clarify to make sure, if someone needed the Pyrogenium, you mix that with the Hypericum and the Arnica?
That's right.
Together. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then the other remedy I just wanted to ask you about is Hecla lava.
Interesting.
Are you familiar with that one?
I am familiar, but was there a certain...
I wasn't sure if that one, this is just...
Oh.
Is that one?
It's a great one.
Gingivitis?
It's a great one for bone spurs. I have it in here for bone spurs. I know that's not the mouth, but have you seen it for gingivitis?
I'm thinking I did, but I could be wrong. I know it's for some kind of toothache at least.
I don't have my glasses. Osteomyelitis. It's in for that.
Oh, you froze. What was it?
Osteomyelitis.
Okay. Well, good to know. That's another one to look at for teeth. But I was just curious if you come across that one.
I haven't used it for anything in the mouth, but that doesn't mean that it's not right.
You broke up there. What was that?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I said I haven't used it for anything in the mouth, but that doesn't mean that it's not right. I would look in the Materia Medica.
Yep. Okay. Well, good to know. Yeah. We always love picking your brain, so thank you.
You're welcome.
If you guys are watching and you found the video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up, share it, leave comments with future topic suggestions or specific questions on hay fever, because we're talking about that next week. And thank you, Melissa, for being here. Visit her online at melissacrenshaw.com. Visit us at taprootsva.com, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.